Good afternoon. We're back. How are you today? I would love to hear something. I would love to hear what good news did you get today? Did anybody get good news today? That would be nice. Can you let me know what kind of good news you got today? Thank you for all the lovely comments yesterday. Yes. Any good news? I think I share my good news. Okay. If nobody has something to share, I share my good news. I think my good news was that I felt like when I was listening to a few of my favorite spiritual teachers, that I heard that fear is something normal. And I know, and somehow subconsciously, I think what I have been struggling with, not struggling, but coming into practicing and then making it even more conscious by listening to what they had to say, was that, hey there, Sakotachi, that fear is something that needs to exist in us, of course, because it's there to alarm us and fight and flight, and we all got that. But when that one of the practices really is in spirituality that we connect with fear, so that we are truly experiencing it, because it's just that one thing that unites us and is there and can help us to lead closer into ourselves. So fear is that's my good news, like that the practices that we're doing, like the meditation, the yoga, the journaling, the getting up in the morning to greet the day, like do brahmacharya or any of those practices, that they are not there to keep us away from not feeling, but that they are actually here and need to be realized. So I thought it would be nice to go down that rabbit hole today together. So lean back, sit up, lean back, whichever way you prefer to be, in a way that you feel you can connect with yourself truly and honestly and can experience your body. Maybe you want to have 2 feet on the ground, maybe not. Maybe you just want to sit in cross-leg position. Make sure you have your hands in a place that feels okay. And there might be even moving around today in this meditation. And then breathe out, relax into a position where you can close your eyes, but stay awake and alert. And if you think about all the fears that can haunt you, that can be in your life, and if you would scale them on a level from 1 to 5, just think of one that is more close to a 3 or a 2 instead of a 5, or elevated into a 10. So if you think about something simple, it might have been like a dream that frightened you or reoccurring dreams. It might be reading the news, hearing about not only about this pandemic and how to stay safe, but maybe it's been something else, a political situation that has unraveled, or it's a total personal fear of when you see you missed 15 calls from your mother. So between all these minor and major scales of noticing how we can express fear, or how fear is a constant visitor in our life, in yours and mine, certainly. Fear of failure, fear of, I don't know, being seen, being loved, not too much, not loved at all, being incapable of, I don't know, all these fears. They keep us rolling. And so if you pick one of those that is around a bearable one, that's not so immediate, but also not so that you don't know. Maybe it's like just a slight fear. And then feel it where it is in your body, and maybe touch that part of your body for a moment's time. And allow that fear to be truly there. Like it's the grip, it can really grab us. It might be in your stomach, it might be in your diaphragm. I don't know where it grabs you. Where does it express itself in your body if you think about the fear you have? And then noticing that it is something that we're prone to as human beings. We cannot meditate this away. We cannot exercise it away. We cannot shut it down. But it is part of our existence. One of those practices that people that evolve deeper and deeper into their wisdom and connection do is that they allow themselves to truly feel that fear in all its shapes, in all its form, and to build a relationship with it. So when it grabs you in your body, it's not that you need to find a technique to eliminate it, but it's almost like you're going into the eye of the storm. That you shake hands with that fear, feeling grounded through your feet, your sit bones, ready to perceive it and communicate with it. One of my longest standing yoga teachers wrote into a book for me that he said, the key is to befriend fear. And I think for years I was in awe of what it means to be befriending. And at this point in my journey, I think it's not like I want to hold hands with my fear, but that I truly know that it exists. Fear just is. And the more I look at fear, and maybe you feel that too, the more you allow yourself to look at that part of your body that is grabbed by it, the more you get the sensation that it's okay. You might not entirely lose that sensation. And it's not one of those pleasant meditations where you drift off just to be in the realm of total love. But at that very moment, you're facing the uncomfortable. You're doing that with self-compassion and with compassion towards the thing that is frightening you. Instead of proclaiming there are enemies that need to be fought, there are wars, internal, external wars going on. The key to opening yourself and uniting yourself with your being and with a more harmonious way of living is to step away from the thought of pro and con, enemy and friend, light or darkness. Depression or exhilaration. All these are just forms of expression. And that which allows us to live a life, to lead a life, not in fear, but fully awakened, is to step towards the unpleasant and just allow it to express itself. And if at any time your pain gets too strong, the physical pain gets too strong, maybe you can go back to the very first exercise we did together 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, in being like a good friend, making it a bit easier. What would you like to hear in this moment where the fear is not just something external, not disembodied, but becomes you. What do you need to hear? If there was a person talking to you, your best friend, a supportive parent, a supportive child, what would you like that person to say to you? So that soothing compassion of being there for you, for yourself, helps you to step out of the fragileness, out of the pain. I'm here for you. I love you. I have no solution, but I'm here. We won't fight. There is no combat, but I'm here. And to slowly return into the sensations of the body on the chair, on the cushion, on the carpet, in the bed. And from that very moment to open your eyes and to return. How was that? I heard this funny story while I was listening to my teachers. One of them talked about this story about the monk falling out of a window of an 18-story house. And as he was falling around the 6th floor, somebody opened a window and says, "Are you okay?" And he said, "So far, so good." And the point of the story is that we simply are always anticipating, always more in the future or in the past, instead of the here and now. And that, now, the more we come into the here and now and are with what is, not will I hit the floor, but I am here right now, still flying, then we can deal with what is. Yeah. I like that story very much. I found it inspiring. I know it sounds cruel, but I thought, that would be one of my aims, to move away from all the, I need to do this, and if I don't do or achieve this, then I'm going to be, or if I get sick, will die, or, just to come into the very presence. I'm good, and I hope you are too. Yes. And yes, to become more to, coming into the here and now. So thank you very much for stepping with me into this very unusual meditation today. And I see you tomorrow at 5 and wash your hands and meditate in English. Mwah! Love you.